Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by. This layout is for the Kiwi Club Kit Collab for October using the Homegrown Harvest, which is the October Club Kit. I'm only using what is in this kit, so I hope you will enjoy my process. Make sure to stay till the end. I will have some close-ups as well as links to other videos that might interest you. I don't keep the whole process, so I do edit out some of the cutting out part. So I hope you enjoy, and if you have any questions, leave me a comment below. And don't forget to check out the links below for the other collaborators. As soon as I saw the kit, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. And as you can tell, my recording area has changed temporarily. I was in isolation for a few days while I waited for my COVID results, and I could not be in my craft room. So I was in my bedroom in a makeshift little craft area. So I do apologize if my screen looks different, but my next video, this is the only video that I recorded while being in isolation. So I do erase my pencil marks, and I will be inking all my edges with black soot. That's a distress ink, and I really like how it came out. I think I like to use my kits with just what's in the kits for people who don't have a big stash, and you can just get the kit and you can make beautiful layouts out of it. So if you are a subscriber, I'd like to say thank you. I really appreciate your being a subscriber and a supporter of my channel. If you're not a subscriber, I'd really appreciate it if you will subscribe. And if you would like notifications, please click on the bell so that you can get notifications for future videos. So I'm going to create little hills using that one tree part, as you can see here. And basically I just kind of slide it to the size that I want. And this is another way of using what you have. And I think it really made a difference in breaking up some of my paper. So you'll see as I go along, I will create kind of like a scene, which is very typical of what I do with some of these templates. If I do have a few videos with using kits, you can definitely, I will have them linked at the end of my video. And this way, if you're interested in this type of thing, it is a little different, and you can always use parts of what I create. You don't need to make a full layout looking just like a scene. So I wanted to, I really this year have done nothing. We haven't done anything for fall. I went to a farm to get pumpkins and my mums, but that's about it. And I really didn't take pictures because it was in September. So I'm using an old picture that I came across that had trees, and it was probably, in New Jersey, our trees are just starting to change colors here where I live. So I have nothing that I can use as a picture. So I thought my picture went well. So I'm popping up some of the trees just so that there is a little bit of dimension, so that it looks like some trees are, behind the hill, some are in front of the hill. And I'm going to create a second little scene on the left side of the page. And what I do is I end up flipping some of the yellow one, the leaf part, I guess you can call that. I end up changing it a little bit so that, turning it so that it looks like a different kind of tree. So yeah, so hopefully my layout will give you a little overview of what you can make with these type of kits. of course, people would love to have everything, but not, sometimes you can only afford to have the kit. So here's a good way of using just what comes in the kit. So I was thinking of bringing it a little lower, then I was going a little higher, and then I was like, I think I need to make this longer. So I'm going to just gauge what I need by having it exactly where this part of the page needs to go. And as you saw, I just kind of extended that little hill so that it can be a little longer. I hope that makes sense. I'm really bad at explaining things. And then I realized that I needed to go a little further down. I was trying to avoid having such a square end there because I wanted to kind of hide it behind the first little area. So I'm thinking it's going to go right about there. And I think I'm not going to pop that one up just so that it looks like it's kind of a little further away. If that makes sense. So I'm just going to adhere it straight down to my layout. I was actually thinking of adding more trees and more like in front of them. And then I was like, if I keep doing this, I'm not going to have space for my pictures. So I pretty much just make this other set of trees and call it a day from here. And for that little cluster, I will be using a couple of the 3x4 cards. And I don't know about you guys, but some of my cards had really bad printing issues on it. Like the words were printed double. There were lines in it on the solid sides. I was a little disappointed with the quality of this kit. This has never happened before. I don't know if they noticed it, but and some of the cards like I would never use. So yeah, I don't know. I'll end up using the backs of them eventually. So you're going to watch me cut out this one tree. And I like using a colored pencil because it stands out better on the darker papers and like the colored papers, unless it's the same color pencil, obviously. But it does help me see better what I'm, my lines, and I'm able to cut them out better. I do sometimes erase them if I miss a spot, and sometimes I also trace them on the back sides of the paper. So I'm thinking I'm going to put that little tree behind. And I'm going to end up popping up the middle one, which will be the one that looks like the yellow one. And I mean, this layout came together pretty quick. There was really not much to it. I probably could have done my little landscape, treescape, whatever you want to call it, towards the bottom of the page. I don't know why I started it at the top of the page, but but all in all, I'm very happy with how the layout came out. So now I'm looking for another spot, and I was thinking of using that as my title, but it was a little big, and I wanted to be able to have a little bit of journaling so I could talk about how I've done nothing this fall. And I literally did write. I used one of the cards that says just fun things we did this fall, and I wrote absolutely nothing thanks to COVID-19. Those are things that need to be documented. I don't believe in sugarcoating. I'd like my books to be as realistic as they are. I scrap up the good, the bad, and the ugly. And because future generations need to know that, sometimes things are a little bit of a struggle, or, things aren't going well in the world. And yeah. What do you scrapbook? Do you just scrapbook the happy times? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you do. So my video is going to change a little because at this point I'm back down in my craft room, and I do apologize for that. But as you can see, I'm back to my normal camera. So at this point I'm using the Happy Fall Y'all, which is not the way I speak, but it is what it is. And I'm using this picture of a park that we were at a couple years ago. And it just looks so pretty, and I felt like the colors worked and kind of reminded me of that landscape, although my grass looks really green in my scrapbook page. But I'm going to use this orange paper as my background, and I'm just going to put my picture right into that little spot right there, covering where my hill and my bottom part of my layout meet up. I've popped up part of this card, just the top parts, and they're going to basically they're basically in an angle, and if you stay till the end, you'll be able to see the close-ups of the layout. I also will be using some Doodlebug white alphabets. I believe they're called Sunshine, and my title is going to say Beauty Everywhere. And I do place them down here, but then I end up moving them because it didn't fit, and so you'll see me actually, I don't remember if I leave that in or if I actually edit it out, but I am really happy with the way the page turned out. I didn't add anything else to it other than a couple of enamel dots, a couple little hearts that matched from Elle Studio, and that's it. Oh, and I stamped a couple little dots with orange distress ink and carved pumpkin in a couple spots on my page. But so this is what you can do with only the October kit. Sometimes, you could think outside the box, and this is my way of just using what I had in that kit. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will have my Friday video with a new my take on the Kiwi Lane idea book. So I hope you will join me. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you very soon. Thanks for watching.